open mic. Tulane? Tulane? I drove to Virginia for this. I could have stayed and used the Gambit app if y'all were going to treat me like this, USC. Come on, Caleb Williams. Happy New Year to you all. Clearly, some bad habits have made their way into 2023. Welcome to Open Mic. And we like to start things off with a few hot takes on news stories you won't find anywhere else, and trust me, I already looked. Let's start things off in Landover, where Washington Commanders coach Ron Rivera appeared surprised to find out the team could be eliminated from playoff contention just before they were eliminated from playoff contention.
If you guys are eliminated today by what happens at 4 o'clock, is Sam Howell in consideration?
We can be eliminated.
Yeah, if the Packers beat the Vikings, then you guys are eliminated.
Well, we'll see.
I love the conversation online. Like, you think he was joking? What about the confusion on his face? Said he was joking. Really, Ron? You got one job, just the one. You've been smoking that riverboat, Ron? Make it make sense. Tell me how random people on the street knew this and not the head coach. Ron better be trolling us. If this is really a secret plan to tank the season, then that might explain starting Carson Wentz. But between that and this answer, it looks like Ron was phoning things in. Our most meaningless game of the season next week against the Cowboys. Ooh, that is no way to start 2023. Let's stay with the team for this next story. The Commanders unveiled their new mascot, a hog named Major Tuddy.
The team unveiled the new mascot. It's a hog named Major Tuddy. The Commanders say his first name, Major, is for the military ties of our area. And Tuddy, well, it's football slang for touchdown. So hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more Tuddies next season.
Oh, and she stayed in key. Look at Allison Seymour multitasking. The Commanders chose a Hogs mascot, while members of the legendary Hogs offensive line have started the process to trademark the nickname, claiming Dan Snyder and the team are dragging the legendary Hogs through the mud. And all this time, I thought that Hogs like mud. But I do understand what they're trying to say. The Commanders have more scandals than a marathon of scandal. Olivia Pope couldn't take them as a client. I think Dan Snyder chose a hog mascot just to spite them. Teens lawyers all like, yeah, y'all really gonna sue us after we made y'all adorable? Now, my main issue with Major Tuddy is it had to be compatible with Commanders, which remains terrible. Yes, still in 2023. All I ask is that the team makes things right before Tuddy gets served with papers to appear in court. Let's head to Virginia's Florida, Stafford County, for this next story, where a man was arrested at 2 a.m. on New Year's Day for attacking an inflatable Santa Claus decoration while wearing only a red jersey, his underwear, and one shoe. Somebody had a very fun New Year's Eve. Now, the real tragedy in all of this, the sheriff's office has video of the incident and they haven't released it. Come on, Stafford County. I have never wanted police transparency more than I do right now. The world needs to see this. I also want to know what that inflatable Santa did to make him that mad. How did he make you that mad? He must be a stickler for removing Christmas decorations before New Year's Day. I'll tell you this, he would hate my place because those decorations are staying up till I get to them. This guy's 2023 vision board is nothing but pictures of brown liquor and fights. Now, the suspect was charged with public drunkenness and trespassing with the intent to damage, which sounds about right. I don't know what they mean by intent to damage, because it sounds like there was damage. He was held in jail until he was sober, which is a blessing for us all. He got his worst behavior out hours into the new year, so 2023 has nowhere to go but up. I chose this last story. It's proof celebrities are not immune to having to discipline their kids. Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance's teenage son publicly apologized for participating in a TikTok trend where he told Bassett that Michael B. Jordan died while recording her reaction.
I would sincerely like to apologize for taking part in such a harmful trend. I apologize to Michael B. Jordan's entire family, his extended family, and him directly, as he is an idol of mine, and taking part in a trend like this is completely disrespectful. I don't wish any bad ramifications of my actions upon his family nor my parents, as they deserve none of the backlash.
Now, you know, Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance yelled things at that boy that made him wish they told him go outside and get the switch. You don't get a black mom's blood pressure up like that without consequences. That whole recording somebody's reaction to a celebrity death trend, that's tasteless in itself. But it's especially bad for Angela Bassett, who had to endure the sudden and unexpected loss of her colleague and co-star Chadwick Boseman. It's bad for Michael B. Jordan, too. Imagine waking up in social media saying that you're dead. It's like a crazy episode of Twilight Zone or Black Mirror for the TikTok demographic. I do commend Slater Vance for taking responsibility for his mistake, even though his parents clearly made him. He looks genuinely remorseful and terrified. And that is called good parenting. Guess who's never going to do it again? That guy. Now, I'm not going to roast a teenager for being careless, because that is part of growing up. If TikTok was around when I was 16, I would have ruined my future at least 10 times over. So let's all treat this as a learning experience. Don't play with people's emotions. And by the way, leave those TikTok pranks alone. And this one is especially tasteless. Y'all should just go ahead and lay that down and leave that in last year. My favorite story of the year, or my favorite story of the day, which actually does happen to be my favorite story of the year. Oh, am I that guy in the office who makes everything that happened today this year's greatest? The intoxicated Stafford man who beat up Inflatable Santa Claus. That actually might survive till the end of the year. That is a memorable New Year's Eve that he probably won't remember.